all of us have a call, and call, this is what is the Latin for call is vocare, to call, and so that's why we talk about a vocation. And so one's vocation comes from God, and each one of us has really a responsibility to ask ourselves, well, what is God calling me to be? And so I would say it was when I was in junior high, I began to think about the priesthood, that maybe God is calling me to the priesthood. And it was at that time, too, that my parish priest said to me, did you ever think about being a priest? And I said, well, yes. And he says, keep thinking. And so it stayed in mind for me all through high school. And when I was a junior in high school, I decided that I knew I had to go to a college seminary because the idea of priesthood just stayed with me. And well, the place to answer that question, is God calling me to the priesthood, is to go into the seminary. And sometimes we say that, well, John is going into the seminary because he's going to be a priest. Well, that's not right. John goes into the seminary because he thinks God may be calling him to the priesthood, and the seminary is the place to, there are priests there to help work through that question. Is God calling you to the priesthood? I was ordained in 1974, so this year I'll celebrate 38 years. Originally from Northwest Iowa, I was ordained priest for the Diocese of Sioux City, Iowa, and I served in the Diocese of Sioux City, Iowa for 3 years as an associate pastor at the Cathedral Parish. And then I was assigned to graduate studies at Catholic University in Washington, D.C. for 3 years. Then went back and worked in the bishop's office in Sioux City for 5 years. And then I was sent back to Washington to work at the Vatican Embassy and the Bishops' Conference. And 16 years later, I was named the Bishop of Duluth. Even though I was ordained for the Diocese of Sioux City, I served the Diocese of Sioux City directly for only 8 years. I've always said they got a poor return on their investment. Paying for my college, my seminary education and graduate studies, they only got 8 years use out of me.